gentlemen, here we go. I'm filming another video. I don't know what to talk about, so I'm just gonna start. Well, I hadn't gotten sleep for like a week or something like that. And, I don't know, I want to say in the past 24 to 36, I have gotten sleep. Like a few bunches of like 4 to 6 plus hours of sleep, and I don't know, somehow I'm still tired. I don't know. It could be that thing where you get too much sleep and so you're tired from getting too much sleep. I don't know. Or it could be me catching up on getting so little good sleep because I was napping mostly. I was like still getting 8 hours of sleep a day, but it was like 1 hour and then waking up, and 2 hours and waking up. And you're supposed to like go into REM sleep, and when you only get an hour of sleep, you're not going into REM. And so it's not good sleep. It doesn't really do anything, that kind of thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. That's because I was playing Ebony, and that game is just horrible. And on the server I'm on, there's this dick. Again, there's always the problem with that game is there's always at least one asshole on there. Yeah, good, it's 2 minutes. Apparently there's a 30-second thing that you gotta wait before you start swearing with YouTube. There's always one asshole on there, at least, that just, because they have no talent or anything, they gravitate towards games like Ebony, where you can just be rich and you can just throw money at the game in order to get ahead of everyone really quick. And if you know how to play the game and are decent and willing to put some time into the game, you can progress at any kind of within a certain scope of range. You can progress, but if you're willing to throw, and yes, this is what some people do because they have so much money in today's world, throw thousands of dollars at the game every day. You can progress very fast, regardless of how crappy you are at the game. And so that's what some people do with new servers because they like to just be assholes. And sometimes in modern society, you can't do that anymore in the real world, but you can do it online now, and you can do it anonymously, which is just fantastic for some people. So there are always people like that on servers, and it's at least one person. And the problem with games like Ebony is that's probably where they get the most funding from, is having one or two of those people on every server is probably what generates, I don't know, 90+% of the revenue for that game. Because having one dude spend $5,000 a day on the game and then do that on 100 servers, I mean, you can just run the math quick, and a year's worth of revenue for that is, it's just like any one of us would just love to have that, because basically your day-to-day costs are near zero marginal cost. I mean, definitely compared to any other, uh, physical location business where you have to pay all these, um, you know, labor, building, utilities, blah, blah, blah. They just stack up all the costs that you have to pay. And you can base your business somewhere where all of the fixed and non-fixed costs are so fantastically low that, the profit margin is fantastic. And, even if the CEO would be, the CEO and owner, whatever, of the company would be American, everything is technically based somewhere where they don't pay any taxes because that's our great tax system. So, you know, they would be bringing in a huge revenue, and why have it be publicly traded? There's no reason to. There's no reason to put it as a publicly traded stock, for instance. There's no reason to have it on any kind of market. I mean, why would you? It'd be a company that would be making, because it's just one game, and they probably own a dozen or 2 dozen games that are basically exactly the same. So I don't even know what kind of revenue the parent corporation has, but I would assume it's more than $100 million. It's just like, wow. And that's the modern day society we have, is rich people funneling all this money through all sorts of bullcrap. Poor people struggling on basically nothing. And I don't know, having unfounded faith and some of them having unfounded faith in people like, I don't know, Trump for some reason. I don't know, that seems absurd, why you would ever think someone like Trump would be a person to stand by. First of all, he's an idiot businessman who grew up with a silver spoon in his ass. So he doesn't know anything that any of you have lived by. Nor me. And I don't know. That's something I never got. Why, if you're poor, you just vote for someone like that? I mean, it's beyond my ability to comprehend. But whatever. Guess you always fall for the silver-tongued snake oil salesman. I mean, look at all the mega church guys that say all the bullshit. They're preachers and they have, you know, big ass churches with 10,000 followers, and they're preaching online and on TV, and people donate to them. And the guy's like, I need another jet so that I can spread word even more. And it's like, notice, he just glazes over the word another jet, another private jet. He needs another private jet. This is a pastor that needs another jet to spread the word of God. Okay. So God needs the help of man to spread his word. An all-powerful deity needs the help of one man. That, right off the bat, I think anybody should get very suspicious about that. All right. Don't you have a phrase about false prophets somewhere in that magical book of yours? I mean, anyway. Yeah. Another guy I was just watching was talking about how the FBI and the DOJ were going after Luigi with the death penalty, and they just keep not going after other people who have killed many other people, many more people, and they're only going after Luigi because he killed an executive. And now they want to charge anyone who kills an executive with domestic terrorism. And it's like, well, okay. So if you kill a poor person, they just, I guess they don't care about Jack the Ripper because he's just killing prostitutes. But if you're going to kill billionaire businessman, that is a crime against civilization now. So that has to be dealt with swiftly and harshly. So watch out. Yeah. You should watch Altered Carbon on Netflix. That'll ring a little true. So, yeah. I don't know. It's just me ranting because I'm bored. Don't have anything else to do other than watch stuff, so I figured I'd put something up because I haven't in a while. Yeah. And another thing I did want to mention, the water here sucks, and the water in America in general is getting shittier because they, being the powers that be and the rich people that be, are directing attention away from vital infrastructure like water and power and transportation, and siphoning it off to themselves money Um, and now the water system uh, is crappy again. Remember how I don't know when it started, but I'm assuming it started in like the 1920s and went all through the 1950s and 60s when they really built up the water distribution system all throughout the country. And then, I don't know, I guess they figured, well, we built it and blah, and then they just stopped giving a damn. Um, uh, so yeah, there was a time when we cared about water that came out of the tap, and now we don't because we gave fresh water to Pepsi Cola and heavy industry and chemical companies. Um, so now you can buy bottled water unless you're poor like me, and then you can't, and you have to take your chances. And yeah. And we're talking about water in America. Water in America. Tap water in America. In America. All right? Tap water in America. I thought this problem was solved, but apparently it was solved temporarily. And now that we have enough money for the people that it matters for, it doesn't matter anymore. So, whatever. And the people that voted for Trump uh, voted on issues like trans unrights and get them Mexicans out of my country because I don't know why. And, you know, whoever these people are, they just are very easy to get stirred up over some bullshit issue. And not the right issue. So, the right issue is rich people are too rich and we need to take their money. And preferably put it in a pile and burn it like the Joker did. Because, and maybe while it's burning, you can throw them on top of the pile too. Because they're useless and they don't do anything good for civilization. So, anyways. Now, when has a modern financier, a money juggler, ever done anything useful for anyone? I mean, so, whatever. All right. I'm gonna see if I can find something else to watch and see if I managed to use a couple 2-liter bottles to store up some water when the water was good, because it is good sometimes. And when it is good, I bottle up the good water that's coming out of the tap. But, that's like once every few days. So I do get some stored up. But it's starting to run out. I'm going to to watch something. And